Hey, Pearl, how are you today? Hey, and here's Minnie. Look at the pretty flowers I just planted. What? Oh, you're right. I almost forgot. Another day of SoulCARE.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to SoulCARE. It's SoulCARE. And it's the last show of the year. And so welcome, everybody. Let me just join the chat here with everybody. Hello, Barbara, Dark Crystal, Oakstrew, SR. SR, you were here for a while. Hi, Lori. Gunjoman. I was just thinking as I was waiting here that when this all started was when COVID first started over 3 years ago now, right? And I remember it was a place I wanted everyone to come to for positive information instead of negative, a positive place. I used to do it every single day, but then I got a little too much, so I did it twice a week and then once. But that's good. So who knows what tomorrow will bring in the future. This is our last show of the year. So thank you, everybody, for continuing to tune in. And we're going to expand even more in many ways to reach many, many people because I think that the world needs it, right? We need to be positivity and light and love wherever we can. And I think that us as a mind, as a community of like-minded people of the highest causes of reasons for being and questioning ourselves in this temporary place called Earth, this school for our soul, try the best we can. And I hope you'll help me and help each other with this positive attitude throughout the next year, because it's going to be a hard year next year. So we've got to keep together, be positive. Hi, Lenny. Hi, Nancy Connolly. Is it snowing in Massachusetts? I know you had a big storm up there. I wonder if it turned into snow or was it rain? I'm just curious. Hi, Deanne. Hi, Denise. Happy holidays. Are you all getting the holiday spirit? I have a hard time because I live Christmas every day, or at least try to. So when it comes for one day a year, I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense because I do it all the time. I was thinking about that this morning, too, in the dog park. I was like, well, wouldn't it be great if we'd all just have Christmas every day and have the sense of unity every day and instead of not? So, yeah. Hello, Josie from Branbury, UK. How are you? It must be 8 o'clock in the evening there. Lisa Zapp, it's beautiful hot in Queensland. That's great, Lisa. I was thinking of moving to Australia. What do you think of that? I was thinking, where do I move in the world? And I don't get political, but if Trump gets back in, I'm out. I'm gone. I'm done. So I'm looking for places to go. As I don't like that energy. Sorry, it's true. Hi, Gabrielle. My husband and I are planning to go to Embryo transfer next summer. What is embryo transfer? I don't know what that means. Our second child. Okay, I watched the 2024 predictions and now I'm wondering if maybe that isn't the right move for my baby. Gabrielle, that's something you and your husband have to discuss and really do deep soul searching. And that's up to you. I can't answer that, of course. But, you know, I'm going to say one thing. I said to my nephew and nieces here, and, you know, they have some children. And, you know, with the way the world is, crazy things are going on. We got to remember that there's a bigger story. It's not just physical. That those souls chose this time to be born because they are prepared for it. They're equipped for it. They're made for it. And that's really true. I believe that's very true. I was thinking the other day, but at least, and I know I feel old, but social media, I think, has really helped and really harmed a lot more than helped. And I think people are just younger generations, because they're the 20s and 30s, are very into the social media and the connection there. And I think it's hard for them to relate to humans empathetically in other ways and to stay outside that screen and that device. So it's really hard, but I think they were probably made that way. They were made to come to a civilization that was like that at this time and place. I don't believe there's accidents. I think they were prepared for it. And however that plays out, in this world, when they are here and taking over, and I'll be long gone, many of us will be gone. But, you know, I think there's a bigger plan there. But I also think it comes down to, and we don't know a lot. It's like we're discussing this in a sense of not really knowing because we're in that land of forgetfulness. And all we really do have is that intuition inside of us, that heart, that soul fabric, our soul fabric, which travels eons and eons and eons of times and spaces and places and other worlds. This is just one small part of us. So we got to realize that energy of love, that soul, spirit, whatever you want to describe that as. That I call the knowingness of who we really are. This is just, we need this costume for this lifetime, right? Wearing a costume, whether it's nationality, language you speak, what you look like physically, it's just a costume to go through what your soul needs to experience in this life. But I think it's there's a bigger picture to it, and I think humans have free will. I think that's where it comes into the testing, or that sense of God. I know from my many years here that loving yourself is a secret. Loving yourself, having a sense of who you are in a relationship of who you are, my soul and I, is really important. I would teach that in nursery school and kindergarten. Sense of self. I really, really would, because I found in a lot of this work that people miss out on that relationship, and they go searching and searching. Because I've said this many times, as we're young and 7, 8 years of age, we get programmed by the adults. We got to do it this way. You got to behave this way. You got to get an A on the test to be successful. And then we have the media on top of it. And I mean, the worst of it to me is influencers. What the hell are you influencing? YouTube. But influencing what? I mean, it's just to be known. I mean, what's the point? I don't get it. Are you changing the world in a better way, or making it more self-critical? And anyway, I'm just going off my soapbox here, but it's an interesting time we're heading into. So again, to answer that question, honey, you and your husband have to come up with that one. Take everything, all the factors. Mildred back. Not good, Mildred. You're behaving badly. We don't do that here. Hi, Lisa Zapp. Hi, Angie. Sonia and Tama. My guys, pink waving heart. Thank you. Gunja Men says, I am being used for overshadowing from spirit. So many spirits come through. Can I control it comes through in any way? Asking for it. Pray. Love Anna. Anna, please take my Mediumship 1 course, please, and the Psychic Portals course. You need it. You don't have a background in development, and you really need development, especially if they're overshadowing you, because if you're not properly grounded and centered in who you are, you're going to get hysterical with these beings taking you over, if that's what it is. So you really need, before you even enter into that work, if for anyone does, you need to have a foundation. So please don't do any of that until you get grounded and centered. Mediumship 1, Psychic Portals are 2 courses I'd recommend for you. And there are a bunch of other courses too, which I'm going to talk about them just a little bit. But please do the work before you go do spirit. You've got to do the work. It can affect you mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. It can affect you on all those levels. If you just jump into stuff and you don't know what you're doing, it's going to affect you. So please, please hear me. I know this. I've done this for 45 years. Okay. And that's all I can do. The rest is up to you. So another question. Arlene says, dream visitation. Okay. My Maltese angel. My Maltese angel. Okay. Your Maltese angel who? Oh, your baby, your doggy. Okay. He went to heaven a few weeks ago, visited me in a dream. Yeah. She's healthy and happy with my mother in heaven. So happy. Yeah, that's great, Arlene. God bless you. It's great you recognize that. That's the place of happiness. This is a place of work. And we can make happy with work, but that's the place where home. That's our home. And love continues on. There's no death whatsoever. The state of death is a very natural progression. It's like sleeping and waking up. It's a natural thing. So don't ever think it's something which is a bad thing. It isn't. It's just the opposite. My best friend is now passing away, or beginning to have that journey of leaving leukemia, I found out. So I started that journey, and it's because of him I'm sitting here, because he helped me to know the work I'm doing with setting development circles, helped me write my first book. So that's interesting. But when we have that knowledge of there's no death, it's good. It's good to have that awareness. You're not afraid. No fear needs to be there. It's just a breathing in, a breathing out. So my sister, I told these guys this last time, my sister died in April, came through at her wake, Irish wake, she wanted to wake. And the moment I sat down at this wake and there was the coffin, and she was, James, she goes, what the heck's going on? I can't believe, what a waste of time. Why are people doing this? This is what you wanted. She goes, it's a bit archaic. I said, yeah, well, this is what you chose when you were living this life. So it's really interesting how when someone passes out of the body, they start having this awareness right away. It's like, what? They have no interest in the body. They have no interest in this world, except for their loved ones. Love continues on. And they always want their loved ones to know they're fine. They're in heaven. They're home. They're not hurting the earth. They always feel sorry for us down here, because we go through it. We've got to go through physicalness, the heaviness, the hardness, the denseness, but they're okay. Okay. Kathleen, okay, so we have Slovenia. Hi, Slovenia. Hi, James. People say heaven is more real than here. Can you please explain? It is more real than here. It's very real here. So this physical world is just a small portion of what's true. I've said this before, Stefania, and this might help you. I've said this over and over again, that your soul, the soul, what is the soul? 70% of the soul is outside of the body. Only 30% is here. So there's a world around us. We know we have all these different types of waves around us, radio waves, microwaves, alpha waves, television waves, all around us. Yet you don't see them. Doesn't mean they don't exist because they're at a different frequency. So it's a spectrum, right? Spectrum. And the human spectrum, right? They're outside the human spectrum. So we're unaware of that. Same with the spirit world, the heaven world. The most solid world is a faster vibration. The great analogy I've used, and I'll use it again, is a ceiling fan. When the ceiling fan is turned up all the way, it speeds up and you can't see the individual blades. Same thing with the spiritual worlds, not just one world, many worlds, realms, if you will, spaces that are all around us, yet we don't become aware of because we're in the physical world, the closed-in box, right? So they're outside of us. And that is our home. This is just a place. This is really an illusionary world we've created to go and work and progress and understand things and have physical experiences. Or in that spirit world, you can think of everything. There's a mental world. There's a physical world. So in the spirit world, everything's thought out. It's a thought that creates reality. And from what I'm understanding of it, the colors are much more real. You feel the colors. You're in depth of colors. Flowers are bigger than we could ever imagine here. We just get a tip of the iceberg here. There's all lived out. And you feel the love from people. You feel exactly how we're all connected as one. It's that oneness. And you step into that space and you immediately feel a connection with that light or that connection of you are part of that. You step into what we call the knowingness of everything. You're aware of everything. You know everything. You know how your effect on other people, the rippling effect, good, positive, or indifferent. You realize how much you should have loved yourself even more and believed in yourself. And then many people have regrets about wasting their time. If they only realized they had love instead of fear, they would have lived a better life or lived a more potential-oriented life, potentially oriented, and work for the common good of everyone because we're all connected. That's why war is the wrong thing because we're hurting ourselves. When we kill another person, we're killing part of ourselves. It's so not evolved. People say this world here, the earth world, they've asked, what is the spiritual level of this earth compared to many other spaces and places and so forth? And the spirit people and my guides have said, this earth is like a small ring on the ladder. It's you still hate, you still have hate, you still have war, you still kill one another. What is that? So there's a long way to go, one of the very lowest rungs of spiritual evolution, because we still kill each other. What is that about? It's such a greedy place, and we don't have. And I'm sorry to say it, but again, I feel this generation coming in here is just all about themselves and not about each other. And it's sad because it should be about each other. I was watching a 60 Minutes interview with Barbara Streisand, and I've always liked Barbara. Things I love about her, things I'm not crazy about, but I think she's very smart. And I grew up with her, and she said something really interesting. They asked her, "What do you think about this world now?" And she goes, "I can't relate." She goes, "It's abhorrent the way people treat each other. There should be community and a sense of oneness, and that doesn't exist." And they asked her if if Trump got back, and where would she go? And she said, "I'd move." And I feel the same way. I would. Can't take that anymore. We have to have a community and love. Thanks, Stefania. That was a long answer. These are long answers to these simple questions. Okay. Right, another question someone has. Yeah. Colors. Monica says, colors I've seen in my dreams are amazing. Yeah, the colors are amazing in the spirit world all around us. We really have blindfolds on here. It's true. Laura Gannis said, if someone passes away from mental illness, when they cross over, is the mental illness gone? Of course, because that's a physical thing here. You're perfect in your way in the spirit world. You are a perfect being. That condition is taken on in the physical world, and it could be many factors involved. Could be genetics, could be karmic, could be a combination thereof. Could be you take on the condition to teach others about compassion. It's really, those are conditions we take on, various conditions. Could be you're working out, that person is working out the evolution of their mental body. I think, and I don't know if this is true until I pass over, but I think in some lifetimes we come back with mental conditions or physical conditions or emotional conditions to perfect or work out those various bodies. So yeah, that's it. Oh, hello to Kelly White who's watching. Just saw you, Kelly. Kelly and her new book, which is we're getting that ready to go. Okay. Connie, is age a deciding factor in your class? I'm 68 and think it's too late. Never too late to learn, darling. Never too late. Never, never, never too late. So you take your last breath. Never too late to remember, to understand, to influence others. Think about it. You have an opportunity at 68, which is young, many people say, that you have an influence every day to make someone else's life better and help yourself to know love. And then when you have that connection, to bring it out to others. It could take lifetimes. So you're aware of it at 68. Good for you. Go for it. Okay. Very good. Hi, Robert. Good to see you again. Best ways to help someone with health challenges. Well, it depends on the exact health challenges, but something I do, which is a real good one, is work with the symptoms, in that I step back, and it's a little bit of a mindfulness exercise where you kind of step back and they go to this lovely space and they step back from that disease or that health consideration, right? And you get to a space where you become the symptom, you become that condition, and you become the condition, and your other part of you, the human part of us. What are you teaching me? What are you here to teach the soul? Why is this condition present in the physical? What's going on here? Where does it come from? And what are you teaching me? And what do I need to work through this, or what do I need to resolve? So that's a good way, Robert. You can try that with someone. That will help. I think that'll help. Hi, Lena. What are your thoughts on being buried versus cremation? Does it affect whether we come back? No, not at all. Number one, it's like taking off, when you pass out of this physical body, it's like taking off a heavy overcoat, and it just goes there. And you have no interest in the physical body at all. I think burial is really a waste of great land that we could put trees in there or vegetation. Instead, we use it for stones. And it's like, it doesn't make sense to me at all. It's just like, I get it that people need it, but they have memories in their heart, so they could have a photo at the home or someone. People go and they've said this many times. I've had spirits come through and they say, or I remember a particular young boy said to his mother and father, "Why do you go stare at the ground? You don't think I'm really in the ground, do you?" So it's just a weird belief system. So cremation to me is you're free of any connections to the earth. Definitely cremation, I would say, because it burns off any ties that might exist. In the Catholic Church, they still do, I think, put candles on both ends of the body, physical body, in the coffin, the head, and the foot, because the spirit tends to come in that way at the foot, and they realize that the light, that candle, would help them not to come back in. That's why they did that many centuries ago. They started that up. They had all the esoteric studies and awareness and knowledge, but of course they've bastardized them so that they can control people. But they have in the Vatican Library all of the esoteric studies and works from many theosophists and philosophers through the ages, spiritual philosophers. Interesting in that I just watched this weekend. We heard that the cardinal was put in 5 years of jail, the Vatican cardinal, because he was embezzling money. That's great. And that's what we know about. Imagine all the things we don't know about. Okay. Dawn, hi Dawn. Do spirit guides get frustrated when we are missing the signs we're asking for? I don't think it's like a human frustration, because they see the bigger picture of us. I think not only spirit guides, but loved ones in the spirit world really do get a sense of, I wish they would love themselves more. I wish they would know who they are, right? Who they truly are. And I often say that I just feel it's frustrating for me when I do the work. And my work is not talking to dead people that I can do. I can do that skill. I have that skill set. For me, it's the hardest part is you see the potential and the gifts for everyone when you're working with them, and they don't see it for themselves. So that's hard. But I will say this. My students in Mediumship 2 and other students that I've had calls with, the Zoom calls in my school, have really been great as far as opening themselves up. I think it's just because they've invested in taking a course that it opens them up in ways they never expected. like their mind is opened a certain way, their heart is open a certain way, and no matter what course it is, I've had a lot of people on Facebook say, "Thank you, this course has changed me in ways." And again, it's not using the human part of you; it's that spiritual part of you. That when you invest, you open up to look at yourself or experience yourself in a different way, it happens. God says yes. We humans say no. So God is that beautiful, creative, expansive energy, always creating, learning, studying, moving, expanding. And then the human gets involved. I want to control that. Oh, I got to control that. Oh, what about what people are going to think of me? Living in fear. And one thing about these courses, I got to tell you, people have said back to me, it really starts them thinking in a very different way. I had a call the other week with my mediumship students, and it was one of the best calls ever. We had such an insightful time, all of us, and we all learned from it. So I think, the way that question is, Dawn, about your spirit guides get frustrated. No, don't think of it so humanly. It's just you. You should get frustrated within yourself if you haven't done the work. If you haven't loved yourself enough, if you have people in your life that are, and this is called general for everybody in the room, there are toxic people in your life holding you back, not letting you live to who you are, uniquely who you are. Um, and nowadays everybody's everywhere. Whether you have men, women, trans people, all different types of expressions of life. I think we've got to honor all those expressions and never judge people because you don't know what they're going through, what their inner work is, where they've come from. So we got to honor that they're expressing themselves any way they can, as long as they don't hurt people. That's my thing. So there we go. Okay. Hi, Laura. If someone passed away from mental illness, oh, I already answered that one. Thanks, Renee. I already answered that one. Let's see. Okay. Muse. Colors as syndrome is amazing. Radiant light. Exactly right, Muse. That's exactly right it is. You're correct. Completely correct. Hi, Cassie. I often have a voice or voices just before I fall asleep as clear as day. Yes. How do I get it to a space to hear them as clear as when I'm awake? Oh, that's great, Cassie. So again, Psychic Portals Chorus, really good. 28 Days Transformation. A Day in the Spirit World is really, really good to do that. Part of A Day in the Spirit World that I channeled that for a full day is sitting in the quiet and sitting in that quiet sense. But then you become aware of your spaces above you and around you, and you're part of who your mind is. You're there. So A Day in the Spirit will be really good for that. It's sitting in the quiet. It's sitting in the sense of who you are. It's not in your head. It's in your heart. So it's a full totality of your being. You want to be able to be aware, right? And that's done by sitting in the quiet. Meditation is fine. That's an active sitting, but sitting in the quiet is a passive. I prefer passive. It softens everything. So that's the best advice I can give. So check the courses. Hi, Mary. You've been dreaming many people have passed over every night. Is there a reason why this is happening? Mary, I can't tell you why, except that around the holiday period, a lot more spirit people are around us, or they want to let us know that they're with us. There could be many reasons. Also, it could be that there's no death. Let us know that they're around. You don't have to miss them because they're here. They're in their totality of who they are as a spiritual being. They want us to remember who we are. So all these different reasons. Not one simple answer for that. Hi, Sharon. Why does it take so long for people to see that the only thing in life that is truly important and real is love? Sharon, that's a good question. Again, no easy answer. It's not black and white because we're in a space here, a school for the soul. And this school is a big university. You have baby souls that think that, like Trump's baby soul, totally, 100%, that there's baby souls in that they think war and money is power, and that's the biggest thing there is, or taking advantage of the people. And then there's the advanced souls, the ones that come back to help humankind, who believe in healing and love, unconditional love and non-judgment. And then there are the ones in the middle schools, the middle souls who are in the middle school who are trying to figure out both worlds, the healing and then the love or the fear. So it's a combination of all these different souls on all different levels of evolution and awareness. And sometimes we're stuck in a place, and whether it's in a neighborhood, whether it's in a job, whether it's friends, where you feel like these aren't your tribe, this isn't right. So really what is that about? It's not a punishment, but it's for you to realize who you are more and to really more believe in yourself. Realize that this is not my space here, but I'm going to, whether it's less on toleration or patience or more belief in self. So it's always learning. That's the most important. It's always learning. And however you can do it, Sharon, or all of us, to open someone up to love. And it could just be by smiling at them. It could just by saying something nice to them. And a lot of people need that. So say, oh, I love what you're wearing. Oh, I love your eyes. Oh, I love your hair color. Oh, you're such a nice person. I can't tell you, people want love. People love to be acknowledged with love because it rarely happens. People are often looking outside themselves and inside themselves. So it's our job as people that are a little bit more aware of love to share that any way we can. Try to find the God in every person. That's what I say. That's my motto. Try to find God in every person because God is in every person. It might be colored a little bit or covered up by the human ego or fear-based or family stuff. But inside them is a pure light that we're all part of that. We're all part of each other. So try to find that and acknowledge that. Okay. Thanks, Sharon. Muse. When I was younger, spirits would come to me randomly until you helped take that fear away. Good. Now that I'm trying to connect consciously, it is not as easy. Correct. I don't see them anymore. Why is that? Well, Muse, because you're developing discipline. And with discipline comes that sense of doing it in the right way. In a healthier way for you physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So they work with the endocrine system, they work with your mindset, they work with actual parts of the brain physically. So there's a sense of doing it. And then when you're ready to open up, slowly, not fast. It's not a fast thing, it's progression, slowly. It's a way also of getting to know yourself. What's the point of it being toward the dead people and spirits if you don't know who you are? So it's really a lesson or lessons in self-development and soul development of yourself. And you really want that foundation. You want to have a sense of who you are. So when you're able to, what good is it seeing dead people? What else? What does that mean? There's got to be a meaning behind it. It's got to be something to ground it. And that sense of developing yourself is the most important thing ever. And you'll be able to talk to dead people, no problem. So, but what's the point? You're going to miss out. So you see them. What's the reason behind that? So again, you have to start developing yourself first, and that sense of discernment, the sense of who you are, self-awareness, and that's really what it's about. So keep it up, Muse, and go slowly, not fast. Okay. Hi, Eric. Hi, James. How are you? I'm good now, Eric. Thanks. I was wondering, what do you think about things like other dimensions and things like that? Oh, I think there are multiple dimensions. There are worlds within worlds within worlds. I think of it as a kaleidoscope. There's just one ray of the kaleidoscope. I think around us are all these different levels of awareness and worlds and dimensions, definitely. And the one energy that travels through all those different dimensions and kaleidoscope rays is love. Love is an energy that brings it all together. So when you're in love of yourself and others, and you begin to beware of love and everything and try to make someone else be in that space of love, everything opens up. Everything opens up for us in all areas of our life. Thank you. Hi, Sharon. If we reincarnate, when we see our loved ones on the other side, which incarnation do we see them as? So, Sharon, that's a very human question, which is fine. So you're looking at it as a black and white linear question, beginning, middle, and end. And there is no such thing as linear time in the spirit dimensions. Linear is only the physical earth. So right now, as we're sitting here, Sharon, your spirit of 70% or more is having several lifetimes existing right now at this particular moment. As you and I are aware of this physical part of us, those are other parts of our soul, which is having different experiences in other worlds, in different spaces and places, all at the same time as you're aware of the physical. So the most important thing to remember or know is that this reincarnation, this incarnation right here, the physical, is an important one. But how do we not know there's another really important incarnation in another world, another planet, another galaxy? There are many galaxies, many planets. So, and it really gets you like in the wormhole there. So you really just got to realize that the combination of soul groups, if you will, that there's an affinity of all these different souls. They've come back, family members, friends, people in this lifetime. They've been before in other lifetimes, probably in the physical world, maybe other worlds, but you're working out stuff, lessons physically, right? So, and there's so I often say it's like a show in the theater, and there are different scenes, and there are different actors, and all of our friends and family members are our soul group members who take on these different characters that we have to learn from. And one lifetime it might be the granddaughter, the next lifetime it might be the grandfather, to learn both sides of it. So we will always come back with, in this physical vibration, we come back most likely with those souls who have reincarnated with before here. And the personality you remember in this lifetime that they passed in the spirit, when you pass over, you'll remember that personality because that affinity of that soul is still there. They don't go. That's all you have to know. They don't go on. What you know will be what you know as far as them. You recognize them. So they don't tend that group, from my understanding, that group really doesn't go anywhere until all of them go at the same time. And that's an easy answer for a very complex question. Okay. Hi, Joanne. Lately, I feel my clairsentience is blocked when doing mediumship. Okay. So stop right there. I don't know how often you sit in the development circle. I'm going to push this again. Sitting in the silence of your being. My meditation course is really, really good for that. And it really is. It really is a good one to begin to get that mindset of sitting in the awareness. So when you tell me you can't feel things, it tells me you're not surrendering enough. You're not listening enough. You're not feeling. You've closed down your emotions or feelings, or something's blocking that. So again, sitting in the quiet. Again, the meditation course I created last year is perfect for. I usually tell my mediums to do that again as far as an upmanship, like to remind yourself how to be quiet, feel things, see things, become aware of your spiritual soul, get back to that soul relationship. So the meditation course does all that. But that's to take time to, and you're in your head a little bit, Joanne, you got to get back into your heart. So those things that keep you busy in your head are getting in the way. That's how you unblock it. And look at what you're paying attention, where your mind is going toward. And that's very important. I used to feel the essence of spirit and how now it's just clairvoyance and claircognizance. Well, then you need to sit more. That's really what that's about. And don't rush it, Joanne. And begin to feel everything. Yeah. Begin to feel, when you meet people every day, feel their energy first. Feel them. Instead of saying hi, just feel their energy first. It's an easy way. Okay, so good luck, Joanne. Hello, darling. I really love these lives. Oh, you love these lives. Thank you. I'll do more of them. This is the last one for the year, but oh yeah, I just want to mention this to everybody. So today is the last day of my course's big sale. It's 12 Days of Spirit. Today is the 12th day. And the 12th day, all the courses are available for 40% off. So 40% off, and use a coupon 12 days at checkout. That's good through December 18th, you can see that. But really, there's some great, take advantage of this, because some really, as I was just mentioning, the art of meditation, all the courses available except for the certification courses. But I mean, there's some great, great courses for you to look at. Please, please, I'm going to leave you this. That's my 40% off Christmas gift, for holiday gift for everybody. But take advantage of it if you feel you want to. But it's worth it. And then tonight, oh yeah, thank you, Renee, for bringing that up. Tonight, Kelly White and I are Both Sides Now and Beyond. That our tonight show is one which I'm not looking forward to, but I will do it. It's our best highlights of the past year, Both Sides Now and Beyond. There's some great guests there, and I don't like looking at myself. I really don't like it. Nor does Kelly, I found out. So we're going to do that, though. We're going to do it tonight with the best clips of the past year, Both Sides Now and Beyond. And if you've missed this year, Both Sides Now and Beyond, tonight you should check it at 6 o'clock. And it's getting more and more popular, and the podcasts are going around the world now. People are loving it. So I hope you'll join us tonight, and that's at 6 o'clock Pacific time right here. So thank you, everybody. Have a great holiday season. Spread love, please. And remember the tips for family. Don't get pulled into the drama. Just step back, be objective. And again, don't let them pull you back. Don't let them trigger you with the old ways. Okay. Lots of love, everybody. Happy